Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis. We are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Today, the curtain falls on the regular season, and we've got a good one in store between the Atlanta Falcons and the Indianapolis Colts. Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And we are underway from Indianapolis. Washington now brings this out.
The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make second down, second and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. They'll run. This is Jonathan Taylor. And some room to run now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A lot of running backs, a little bit of a disadvantage when you start talking MVP. Might not be the case this year. You think he's got a shot, don't you?
I do. I think he's got more than a shot. But what he's going to need here down the stretch this late in the season, he needs that big closing game, that game that we're all going to reflect on and go, oh, my goodness, did he put up a number, let's say, 200 plus?
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Wagner. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A very solid gain of 27. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete. The Colts at 13-3 now on the year. They were losers their last time out. Trying to get back in the win column, but obviously not an easy task here in a hostile environment.
Yeah, always tough to win away from home. But sometimes what you do is you use these types of games as bonding experiences and carry that into the contest.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Rodrigo Blankenship now for the PAT. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And not much to speak of. Called it a 1-yard gain up to the 15.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Here's Fields. Man open, he's got it complete to Cortland Sutton. So the completion good for 6 yards. And this will wind up being a 3rd and 3. We'll see what kind of mindset they have here offensively after giving up the touchdown on the opening drive.
And based on our time with them, prior to this game, I feel like they've got a good mindset going in. In fact, the discussion that we had with the coaching staff was, we may give up some points in this game, so our offense has to be ready each and every time to either equal or try and get us ahead and try and keep us ahead. This is their chance to respond to that first touchdown given up.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
Man coverage is certainly a staple of their defense, and it's built for plays like that, forcing that incompletion.
They snap it to Fields. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a 1st down. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5, brings up 2nd and 5.
To throw is Fields. Flipping left side, he's got it, complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts' 45-yard line.
1st down.
A quick throw here out wide to Pitts. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a 2nd and just a few inches left. They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. Fields on 1st down. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Well, they completed the pass but lost yardage, so they'll decline the penalty.
Perfect play for them, isn't it? Who needs a penalty when you try and throw the ball, you don't even get it downfield, and they go ahead and snuff out the play. They'll take that as a result.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. On the sideline, did he keep his feet in bounds? They say yes. Great job, both feet in, 1st down. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. On 1st and 10, here's Fields. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Chance good. He's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a 3rd.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the 1st. Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And the defense coming through on 3rd down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th. And his kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime if you're a good football team. You spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments to prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments...
He's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A big pickup of 38.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now back to throw. And this is incomplete.
Well, this defense for the Falcons, they were terrific in the win over Tennessee a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
After one, 7-3 the score.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Falcons are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
And Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively, getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively, not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
Now a 1st down throw, Fields.
And incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There was a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
A give up the middle to Singletary. And a very short pickup there across the 15 to the 16. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down, and you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback on the expected passing situation.
Fields now to throw. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
So, Charles, the season winding down, the playoffs obviously not in their future. As they look ahead to the offseason, what spots do they maybe need to fill?
Well, I think that they like the guy who's calling the plays and throwing the ball. I think that he's a pretty good player. Needs some help, I think, on the perimeter, though. Help him out with receivers, because I think if he gets an upgrade there, his play gets that much better, too.
On 2nd and 9, Fields. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Chambers. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
Now it's Fields. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. The 20, 10. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So they get the interception and almost as importantly, a big return after that.
And who's the guy that saved the touchdown, partner? The guy who threw the interception. A lot of times, he just gives it the old way, but give him credit. He went old school. He was determined not.
And he takes it in for a Colts score.
Jonathan Taylor
with his second touchdown here in this first half.
And the Colts are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. As the offense comes out here, Charles, remember they threw the interception last time out, but they were moving the football down the field. Looked like they were going to have a sustained drive that ended in points, but then the pick ensued.
And because of that, there's no way you can call the last drive a success. Yes, there are things to build on because they found some play calls that work. Now, they've got to build another drive and find a way to avoid the turnover that plagued it on the last one.
Now a dump off here complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
On first down, Fields.
Over the middle, complete. It's Chambers.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Got it here at the 29 on 2nd and 8.
On the counter, this is Singletary. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Back to throw, Fields.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon.
And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD.
This defense, 3 interceptions now. And Charles, obviously that one for the pick 6. That gives them a 3-possession lead, and they are really in the driver's seat.
Makes you imagine what that lead could become with another half of football left to play, because the way they're getting after a partner, 30 points, 40 points, even 50 points, that type of a lead, not out of the question. And neither is another pick 6.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. On 2nd and 11 now. Fields. And Sutton hauls it in over the middle. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And not much doing. He'll get this only up to about the 36. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. On 2nd and 9, Fields. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45. Fields. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And a nice spin into some open field. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
On play action, Fields. Being chased out right, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Throwing on 2nd and long. Fields. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. This officially a 55-yard attempt. And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2-for-1 special to finish things off.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's going to launch it for Washington. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by A.J. Terrell. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we hit halftime here in Indianapolis with the Colts on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any one of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive. But maybe cut into it a little bit, as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early. Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
Now Fields. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The safety blitz staged to perfection that time as they sack him for a loss of 6. Now on 3rd and forever, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
The punt team on now is from their end zone. They get it away. He'll take it a few steps in front of the 50. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open look beyond the first down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. The toss here completed to Pittman. And some room to work. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Michael Pittman, 44 yards. As his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll push the lead up to 29 now. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try to put points on the board.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Fields. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he's going to step out of bounds all the way down on the other side of midfield. It's a big play there for Atlanta. 42 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Here's Fields. He'll find Sutton on the right side complete. He'll get it inside the 20. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
And he's got it. Touchdown. Kyle Pitts, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons get a bit closer. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
35. Falcons 13.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Washington now brings this out.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. Still operating with a comfortable lead despite the score a moment ago as they begin 1st and 10. Now he dumps this off over the middle, and they'll bring him down right around the 13. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And some space here. Touchdown, Indianapolis. But go ahead and give him the hat trick. He's been in the end zone now 3 times.
You toss your fedora first, okay? You go ahead and do that. But let's be honest about it. That third one, that's the most spectacular run he's had in the ball game. It's almost as if he's been playing his own game of, can I top this? And each run has been more spectacular than the last.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
On 1st down, it's Fields.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete.
Well, 2nd and 11 from the 32. To throw is Fields. He'll get this out wide to Singletary.
Short completion, just 4 yards. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, it's time to give more credit there to the defense. They played that very long because it was a drag route. And he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a first down for the Falcons.
First down, Falcons.
Looking to throw. Fields. Sutton reeling it in on the left side. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds.
Only needing 2 yards on second down.
Back to throw. Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 19.
A gain of 13 yards. And a Falcon first down.
In motion, the tight end. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. They'll get 13 yards for the second play in a row.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
From the gun, here's Fields.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta.
Tyler Beatty with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Falcons get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this fourth quarter deficit.
Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead down now to 22.
Falcons 20.
Atlanta's 11 ready to go, and they kick it away.
Washington now brings this out. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
They've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They've scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
So still throwing here in the fourth quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is a chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this fourth quarter.
And here's a good way to kick off a drive, complete over the middle. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. We'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Operating from the gun, Fields. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
Fields on 1st down.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Colts are going to take possession of the football. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Blankenship out for the point after.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This is going to be returned from middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
That he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 4th down situation with things not looking particularly rosy.
Fourth down, Fields has to have this one.
That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they say he's just short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position. They'll start out here with a jet sweep. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll get this one to Pittman. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now they look to him again. He picks up the first.
Yeah, I can hear everyone saying, well, why don't you cover him, double him, triple him, do what you have to do. But sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection.
And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
down. Here's Blankenship kicking off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try to hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Taking matters into his own hands, and he picks up 4 yards and a first down. Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Fields finding a safety valve here. That's complete. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal. And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore. Now it's Fields. That's going to be caught by Pitts. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. From the gun on 3rd down, Fields. He's got a man. It's Sutton. That's complete. He's going to have the first down and then some. And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. It's a big play there for Atlanta. And even 40 yards. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Fields. Open man, and again it's Sutton. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a pop. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Colts are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, it hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense. Every second.